or banks or whatever the case may be on a storage project if I'm looking for funding. And the truth is, I do these business plans even if I'm not looking for funding. I'm buying a property down in North Carolina in the next month or so that I'm going to fund myself with cash, and I still did the complete business plan. I just view it as one, a great way to organize my thoughts and making sure I'm not missing anything, but two, really forcing myself to be just as diligent as I would if I was trying to quote unquote sell the project to someone else. I kind of detach myself from my involvement and then force myself to, and I know this sounds crazy, but present it to myself in a well-structured business plan. And that just makes me, cross my T's and dot my I's, and I think it's good practice. And it doesn't take all that long, especially because I'm working from templates and I've done it several times. So this is just one part of that process. My hope is to do various parts of the business plan. Maybe I'll break it out into sections and just talk through what I deem is important to present to folks and that sort of thing. And again, it's a starting point. You add to its takeaway if things aren't appropriate and that sort of thing. But this is one of those just kind of obnoxious formatting things that sometimes gets in the way. So I thought I'd go through it real quickly here. All I've done is pulled up this location here in Virginia, Taylor Lock and Storage, and it's not even for sale. I just happened to, what I did was Googled this small town in Virginia, New Church, Virginia self-storage, and to use this as an example. And essentially, all the storage facilities surrounding Taylor are pre-populated on here. So quite easily, I can do a Control-Alt print screen and then go down to the Paint program that we all have. You click Select All and then right-click to paste. Now I've got this whole screen here. I can, up in the top corner, click the crop button and get myself a picture. I'll copy that. And then, sorry that I froze there for a while. That's what happens when you pull up other programs. If I were to, let's say, just for example, go into a business plan, this is the one I'm buying in North Carolina, but I'm just using it as an example. I can Control V and paste the picture of the map here. Now that's when you get lucky and all of the storage facilities that are a competitor to you actually show up on Google, as in this instance, because there's only 2 others. But oftentimes that won't be the case, and so you need to get a little more creative. So I'm going to cut this so we can start again. Now we're going to go back to Google and pretend that, let's see, how can I do this? Hopefully I'll get lucky. All right, so I'll stick with this one, but what we're going to pretend is, let's say that this, let's see, as we zoom in here, now this kind of looks like a storage facility, as does this, and if you scroll around this area, there's like a million of them. They're all like chicken farms. You can see Tyson Foods right here. So it scared me when I looked at that originally, but if we just pretend that, okay, let's say we want to locate all the storage facilities, and we'll pretend, for example, this and this are a storage facility around Taylor Lock, and they're not labeled because maybe they don't have a website, Google doesn't know about them, or whatever reason. What I'll do is the same thing. I'll still do a Control-Alt print screen and then roll through to my Paint program where I froze. All right, we're going to start a new one here just for our example. Again, we do Select All, right-click, paste. Now we've got the whole screen here, and we'll crop that down to the size we want. Let's say here's what we want to show. We're going to copy this, get to another saved one. We always have to hit Select All before we paste, and then paste it. So now we've got our thing here, and we can manually label it. So what I'm going to do is just go to the text box, I'm going to come down here to this pretend storage facility, and I'm going to type in let's get it a color that we'll actually be able to see. Joe Schmo's storage. And this one up here is time-lapse storage, right? And so this way I can, even if Google doesn't provide me with what I'm looking for, I can locate these, and sometimes I'll use like, I don't know, one of these guys or something, and just draw that in to highlight it. You know, it's nothing fancy, you just put a star to locate it, and then this is our subject property. It happened to be shown up here. If it wasn't, you know, you maybe use a different star, red, and so that's that. And then if we wanted to then take this, we're going to do the select. You can just click here. Whoops, don't want to draw another one of those. I need to all right, then we're going to go to crop, select basically the whole thing again. We can hit copy and bring it over to our business plan, and Control V will paste it. And so now we've got the made up competitors to Taylor Lock and Storage on a map that Google wouldn't cooperate with. So hopefully that makes sense. I'm going to erase that just because I don't want that to be part of my business plan. So, don't save, and there you have it. So hopefully that's helpful. Again, we'll go through and I'll show you quickly here. The business plan is